I want to tell you a story, and that is the story of how I discovered my body and the way that my cycle works. It's been really interesting to me to track my cycle through what I like to call is the fertility awareness method. And basically what it is it's a way that you are able to watch how your body goes through the different phases of your cycle and see when you ovulate. You can tell when your period's about to start. You can tell if you're regular. You can tell all of these super cool things about it, right? But it's definitely been interesting for me because my cycle hasn't always been normal. In the beginning, when I first started this, I had just gotten married and I was looking for a way to have a natural birth control because I just wasn't interested in all the side effects. I was already taking like 30 pills a day with my health, and I was just not having it. I was like, not another pill, please. And so it really was just like a personal choice to choose to not have that in my life. And through like prayer and the opportunity to talk about it with some friends, I had found the fertility awareness method, which was really helpful for me because it was a way to have that birth control, but also not have all the side effects and all the pills and all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about? And before you come at me with the non hormonal choices, I also didn't just feel peace about that. I had some friends of mine who have had negative experiences with them, so it was just kind of a little bit scary for me to go through that. So I just decided to stick with what I had researched and what I felt peace about. Um, so you do you, but that was just what I wanted to do. But anyways, I found the fertility awareness method, and what it means is that you track three things. Those three things is one, you track your temperature, but you're not checking your outside temperature, you're checking your basal body temperature. And this is the temperature of the internal part of your body and what is ebbing and flowing with your hormonal changes. Yes, yes. Are you tracking with me? The next thing you check is the location of your cervix and the type of discharge that you're having during the month. Because, yes, that does tell you whether or not you are fertile, which we'll get into in later weeks if you're interested in this. But what I discovered throughout all of this was that I was not ovulating, so I wasn't technically going through my whole cycle. And it basically led me to realize that I was having, which obviously I was also having physical experiences of this, but I was having a period pretty much every 2 weeks for like 6-7 months until I was put on progesterone. And even then, it was like not enough progesterone to help regulate anything. So it was just, that's all I have to say about that experience. And then even sometimes during that time, I would like go months without a period, which was super fun for me. Loved that. But it taught me a lot. It taught me how to track those temperatures, and see just like how my body just was not going through normal things in the normal cycle, which was really cool. And so as I've gotten healthier and gone off of medications and let my body heal, I've slowly had more and more positive experiences. I've started to be regular, which was crazy. Never thought I would have that again. I started like this last month, I actually saw in my chart that I ovulated, which was insane. I was so excited. It was so cool to see. And just like watching how my body has healed itself after going through all of like the work that I did was just so cool and so encouraging for me. So that was fun, and it's encouraged me to encourage others to understand their bodies and to track their cycles better because it's cool to watch, but it's also insightful to know that sometimes it's hormonal, sometimes it's stress, sometimes it's actually your body has a different type of cycle than other people's, right? So it's something I encourage every woman to know because it empowers you to understand your body and what you're experiencing, and then know when something's wrong, when to go to the doctor. And so those are my notes there. But anyways, continue on with my story. What I have learned is that your body is a masterpiece, and it goes through this just ginormous hormonal change every month. Every month. And we're just expected to think it's normal. Or in the medieval times, it was hysteria. You're going through hysteria. You're just crazy, right? You're not crazy. For I don't even know, for 2 weeks, your progesterone levels are pretty low, and that actually causes you to not be calm, because progesterone helps you with sleep regulation, helps you to be calm, helps with anxiety levels, helps with your heart rate, right? It's a very important hormone. So when it's naturally low, you're going to feel naturally hysterical, and it's normal. So it's very empowering to know this stuff and to understand that you're not crazy. You are beautifully and thoughtfully built. So yeah, let's talk about it. Your first phase, which is the the menstrual phase. That's what the medical people call it. It is day 1 to about day 7. And what you should know is that every woman has a different cycle level. You could have a 32-day cycle all the way down to a 25-day cycle. And sometimes it can change. Like if you had a big move or something, it's going to be different for a few weeks because it was stressful. Or like if you're going through diet changes or physical changes, maybe you're working out more, those are going to change too. But it will become regular again eventually. It's just that those initial changes cause irregularity. So anyways, that can impact the length of your cycle. So you could have a 5-day to a 7-day cycle. You could ovulate. They say it's average about 2 weeks after your period, which would be different too. Some people ovulate different each month, so that's something to think about too. But basically, the menstrual phase, is the first 5 to 7 days. Then you have the follicular phase. This is from day 1, so it kind of blends into the menstrual phase. This is from day 1 to the day you ovulate. And it is basically your body's basal temperature is slowly rising. Okay? It's just staying boop, 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 boop. And during this, it is your progesterone and your estrogen working together to prepare your body to drop said egg. Yes? During this phase, you will have 3 days of an average temperature that will pretty much be close to the same. It will be very even. These days are the days that tell you when you're ovulating. Yes. So you can basically watch your basal body temperature tell you the day you're going to ovulate, because there's 1 day. Oh, and guess what? There's another day. And then guess what? There's a 3rd day. But then after that 3rd day, your temperature spikes. And that temperature is because your progesterone levels are spiking. And it's either because you're going to have a baby, or your body is preparing to shed the lining. And so it's softening everything up and creating space to have a new menstrual cycle. So that day, that ovulation day, which is also called your ovulation phase, is a 24-hour cycle where the egg is alive. After that, you go into your luteal phase. In your luteal phase, you have really nice feelings. You're feeling lovely. You're feeling calm. You're feeling great. As long as your progesterone levels are working right, you're feeling pretty stable. Okay, until you get to the next cycle, which is when your hormones will start to go down again and progesterone levels will drop. And they will drop. And so you'll start to feel kind of PMSing. You'll feel a little moody, a little depressy, maybe a little anxious, right? Because all those calm hormones are leaving your body. And so that's something to pay attention to when you track your cycle this way. And yeah, where was I going with this? This is the phase of life. This is it. You're watching your body go through a phase of life. Isn't that cool? You're going through the creation, then you're going through the place where you're dropping the life, then the life passes away, and you're going through getting rid of it, right? So that you can start again. And so to me, this has actually been empowering because I now understand what my body's going through. And I feel like I'm able to advocate for myself and understand where my body needs help, or understand where my body's just being my body. So it's been very helpful to understand these things, and I feel encouraged by it. And I want to give you that too. So yeah, this is just like a little bit of information about what it means to be a woman and what it means to have a cycle. And I hope it encourages you to check out the links that I've listed below in the caption. But truthfully, if you're anything like me, I mean, you don't even have to want to go off birth control to understand this stuff for yourself. But I will say there's so many side effects and so many negative experiences about birth control that maybe this would be a tool to empower you to find new resources and better birth control where you feel better and you feel like you can be human, you're not just experiencing side effects or experiencing pain. So maybe this could also just be a tool that opens up a new door for you. But yeah, that's why I'm sharing this with you guys, and I hope that it helps. I love you guys so much. Bye.